Well, first, Putin the dog cat here. This guy is like my little puppy dog. He's the most dedicated cat I ever seen. Usually a lot of people don't like cats. I'm just doing this intro like this for a reason, but usually people don't like cats because they're so aloof. They don't care. This guy follows me everywhere, everywhere, don't you? You like following me everywhere, don't you? Except you don't like being held too long, unless we're going traveling or something. But anyway. He's a cool cat, man. He's like a dog, man. That's what's freaky about him. Anyway, but he can jump and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, getting on with some of the stuff that's going on in the markets per se. I know silver's kind of going like, it's 19 to 20. I don't know. I mean, if it's going to explode up or not. It does have a lot to do with how much money printing they do, but is it going to actually get into the silver markets? That's the whole deal. Is it going to get into the silver markets? The only indication I have of that is that the six largest bullion banks are net long gold, at least, right? We do know that as a fact. They're net long gold as of mid-May, and they were net short gold and silver as of back in January. Then they attacked it electronically. They really did. I mean, it's not a conspiracy theory. I mean, I can't give you proof, but really, if you can't figure that one out, it's almost like we have a very, very hot product in our company, and it's selling like crazy, and our stock is getting killed, right? That's exactly what's going on with the silver and gold that happened back in April. The stock price of silver, the electronic trading price of silver and gold was getting clobbered, and everybody was buying the product. There was hot demand physically for the product. So what the hell was going on there? It was rigged. So... I'm just going to throw that out there. But actually, I'm going to point something else out. And I know a lot of people say it don't matter because they're both Jewish, about the next Fed chairman. And actually, I'm going to put a Jewish joke in here. So just to kind of lighten up things a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble. It's not really a bad joke or nothing. But anyway, first off, between Larry Summers and Janet Yellen, definitely I would take Janet Yellen. And usually I think... Well, it's my personal opinion, and I think this is actually reality. For certain jobs, males are better suited, even in the financial world. They're very aggressive, they're workaholics and all this type of stuff. Some of them are. But I definitely would take Janet Yellen over Larry Summers. Larry Summers, you know why Obama came out for Larry Summers, basically stating that he favored him? It's because Larry Summers is saying he's loyal to Obama, or... he's playing like he's loyal to Obama. I don't know. But Larry Summers has baggage with the deal, Janet Yellen, she's been a much better predictor of of what's happening in the economy than anybody that sits on the Federal Reserve Board. Another speculative issue is if Summers becomes chairman and takes office in 2014, does Yellen then leave the board? See, the thing I really can't stand about Larry Summers is this. The financial crisis was created by deregulation during the Clinton administration. I don't want to get in this, but it was during Larry Summers' time. They deregulated things. They were able to do all these things. That created the financial crisis later on. And him being very loyal to Obama and openly stating that, and Obama basically coming out, I think it was on Monday morning, Money Morning or something like that, one of those shows that Obama said that he favored Summers. Well, he's going to be freaking right in with the freaking Wall Street establishment to the max. At least Janet Yellen is saying she's worried about unemployment and long-term unemployment in the United States. So, she might actually be better. Sometimes women are more compassionate. So who the hell knows? I definitely favor her over Larry Summers. And, people say, well, they're both Jewish. Well, we got a Jewish joke here. Just lighten up with this shit. A 25-year-old Jewish girl tells her mom that she thinks she's pregnant, right? And, she's real pretty and everything like that. And most Jewish women are pretty nice looking, right? So her mom is very worried. She's very worried. Her mom is worried. So she goes, her mom buys a pregnancy test at the drugstore, and the result shows that the girl is in fact pregnant. And then she's shouting and crying. The mother says, "Who was the pig that did this to you? I want to know. I want to know." So without answering, the girl picks up the phone and makes a call. Half an hour later, a Mercedes stops by in front of the house. A mature and distinguished man with gray hair and wearing a yarmulke steps out of the car and enters the house. He sits in the living room with the father, mother, and the daughter and tells them, "Your daughter has informed me of the problem. I can't marry her because of my personal family situation, but I'll take charge. I will pay all costs and provide for your daughter for the rest of her life. Additionally, if a girl is born, I will bequeath 2 retail furniture stores, a deli, a condo in Miami, and $1 million in a bank account. If a boy is born, my legacy will be a chain of jewelry stores and $25 million in a bank account. However, if there is a miscarriage, I'm not sure what to do. What do you suggest?" All are silent at this point. The mother places the hand of the man's shoulder and tells him, "So you'll try again." So, that's my Jewish joke. Anyway. So, anyway, I think Yellen's going to be a lot better than Summers, man. So just forget about what the hell they are. You know, nobody's the same. Anyway, another thing that's going on with the mines, too, with Barrick Gold. They're losing, you know, Barrick in the Andes in South America since they had to give up. You know, they couldn't go on with the project. The gold prices are too low. They had to basically say, you know, we're going to write off all the costs and we're going to consider this an abandoned project. So, well, they're in trouble now because, you know, first off, and this is what I figured too. So usually when you have a big guy in the area, you know, big company, big guy in the area, like they have a lot of power because the money's flowing in. The government kind of doesn't tend to listen to the people too much then, right? So what's going on, since they're getting clobbered, Barrick Gold is getting clobbered, the indigenous tribes are complaining about all the environmental damage they did, so now Barrick has to freaking fix that, and it's going to cost them a lot of money, and it's like an abandoned project too. I mean, they could write off all those costs, all those capitalized costs, but that doesn't help them with their cash flow. It helps them with their tax bill, basically, because you have, you know, write-off of capitalized costs. Now, there's a number of things that are coming up that are probably similar to 2008. So, you know, when Lloyd Blankfein alludes to, be prepared for the worst-case scenario, disaster. I don't know what the hell he's talking about exactly, you know. The guy threw that hint out there for some damn reason. He's not stupid. You know, I almost think about, you know, the investigation. I put out that thing about just before about MF Global probably being set up by a cartel of banks because, you know, John Corzine is definitely not stupid. That guy was, if he was doing something like using segregated funds that he shouldn't be to make a bet to save the company, you're damn well certain he figured that bet was a sure deal. That's what he thought in his mind, and he lost. And so now, actually, you think about it, MF Global is actually suing a dozen banks that are, and I have that on another video, because of a cartel they're basically running. So, maybe this is something that, I don't want to read too much into his statement, but Lloyd Blankfein doesn't say stuff like prepare for disaster, basically, for no reason at all. It may be disaster amongst a few of the big guys, too. But they'll take down, a lot of people's, it'll be a lot of problems for other people, too, in their bank accounts, maybe the markets or whatever. But there's a lot of similarities between before 2008's crisis, right before it, and even now. So, during 2008, the price of gold fell substantially. That's one thing. You remember what happened in 2008? The commodities got hit first. It was gold and silver, went all the way back from 20, silver was like 22, went all the way down to like 8 something, right? Oil went from 147 to like 30 something. But it was the commodities got hit first, and it was some months later that the markets got hit. And also in, I think it was September 2008, or whatever it was, they even had that big problem where they almost had a major collapse because they had to inject all this cash into the money markets. There was some serious problem at that time. I think it was in September 08. So, we could be coming up to that same time. Right now, when you're looking at things day to day, you're saying, oh, yeah, the metals are gone. Hold on to your cash. Oh, oh, yeah, hold on to your stocks. And it's like, it's not exactly that clear. The picture's going to become clearer later on, And, looking forward through the muck, it's a lot more difficult. But we probably do have a roundabout repeat of the 2008-2009 financial crisis. We probably hit the bottoms in the metals pretty much. And when the equities get hit, I think due to budget concerns is going to be the other thing too. It's going to actually create them to go on to Super QE. Now the thing is with Larry Summers, if he does Super QE, it's all going to be held in on the top. I don't know what Janet Yellen's going to do for real, but at least she states that she wants to help the middle class or help the average person and all this stuff. So I just guarantee you, I know that Larry Summers is he's in with the banksters. He's loyal to Obama. He's got a lot of baggage. I hope you don't get in. So, but also there's been other things to hint that it looks like the real estate market it looks like it's topping out again, even though it didn't recover all the way. It looks like it's topping out again. Also, global business confidence is now at the lowest it's ever been since the last recession. The outlook, the actual outlook, the psychological outlook is not good. That's another reason people hoard cash and all that type of stuff. Actually, back in 2008, the U.S. national debt was rapidly rising to unsustainable levels. They've been talking about this debt stuff for years and years and years. I don't know when this stuff is going to actually bust, but we're in a much, much, much worse shape today. It's way the hell over 16 trillion for crying out loud. Before they were like, I remember years and years and years ago it topped a trillion. It's still going, but there's a limit to how long the damn thing's going to go. It's not going to go like that forever. So that is the reason for the physical gold and silver. And I do want to point out again, I've said this 50 million times. Mark Farber got physical gold for a damn reason. He said he's afraid of a catastrophic, systemic, all throughout the financial system, repercussions, collapse. Maybe not everything's going to collapse, but it's going to be enough that money panics into where the hell the safety's going to be, and it's going to be gold. So I think he's got a good bet there, and he's got physical gold. It isn't like, paper gold. It isn't the stuff they use to drive down the markets in April, and, anyway. So anyway, that's all I got to say, and hope you enjoyed the little joke or whatever the hell it was, because, I don't know, anytime I mention, I don't really, I really don't get into this who the hell person is. I think there is a difference between Larry Summers and Janet Yellen. I hope Janet Yellen gets it. I mean, Obama's looking at who's more loyal to him, supposedly. That's what I guess Larry Summers is playing that angle. But I don't think anybody, to tell you the truth, in the politics and in the business world, I don't think anybody's loyal to anybody. You know that? I think they will, if there's something like a surefire way they can make all this money and the other guy gets outed, it's only like, it's like tenuous agreements between people. It's like if one's getting something, the other's getting something. But if Larry Summers says he's loyal to Obama and Obama becomes a baggage to Larry Summers later on, well, Larry Summers could probably change his tune. So, I really don't care what Obama does because I got no respect for that guy at all anymore. But I hope Janet Yellen gets in. And she's a nice Jewish girl, so anyway, just leave you with that. And I hope you enjoyed the joke a little bit. Anyway, later.